Would you trust the opinion of a random person on the street? Well, this week, Click asks whether we can believe online reviews. And we'll find out what happens to a business when someone deliberately fakes feedback. Whether you're buying a car or booking a hotel, it makes sense to find out if it's any good beforehand. Now, before the web, the best you could probably do is ask your friends to see if they had any recommendations. But of course, these days you can look online, where the chances are plenty of people have posted their reviews of whatever it is you're after. But unlike your mate's comments, you can't always trust those that you read on the web. And one bad review could very well change your mind and the fortunes of the business. Meet Gary Beale. No, not him. Him. He's a photographer based in Cheshire, and he will shoot anything. From product shots like these for catalogues, to post boxes, to more personal pictures, including portraits and, of course, weddings. It's the kind of local business where the personal touch is important, and for which referrals and recommendations really are gold dust. Plenty of local listing sites now allow past customers to review businesses and the service that they've received. Some sites go further, and alongside their own user reviews, they'll pull in reviews from other sites too. Search for a business on Google Maps, for example, and you'll find a list of matches, contact details and customer reviews. And on the 16th of February, Gary received his first review. Unfortunately, it said this.
Don't be rubbished by expensive packages like this. We offer a no-frills £50 an hour service where you will have a fully qualified and insured photographic professional.
The review claimed to be from another business, Cream Photography, a few miles down the road, in what appeared to be a blatant attempt to steal Gary's customers.
When you first start a business, the thing that you're looking for the most is exposure. So if you put your website up onto something like local businesses with Google Maps, you expect people to go and look. If they've used your service, hopefully they're going to leave a review for you. If it's a bad review, it's the only one there. The competition is so stiff, no one's even going to pick up the telephone.
One of the first things that Gary did was get on the email and give Cream Photography a piece of his mind. Well, you would, wouldn't you? But here's the twist. Cream Photography knew nothing about it.
I have been informed that someone within your company has been leaving scandalous comments on Google local reviews.
And Gary Beale's email wasn't the only one they'd received.
I have launched an official complaint with Google Local regarding your unprofessional behaviour. How dare you? I'm in Essex and nowhere near your area. Real professionals don't stoop to the levels you've gone to. You should be ashamed. Have a nice day.
Overnight, exactly the same review had appeared against more than 100 businesses all over the UK, all posted by a user calling themselves Cream Photo, and all pointing towards this business, run by husband and wife team Charles and Carolyn Wimpenny. Oh, and Poppy, of course.
Hi, Spencer.
What happened on that first morning?
Well, within the couple of hours of us opening the office, we had a series of phone calls from irate photographers saying, like, how dare you say this about us on Google Maps? Now, in response to that, we said, well, what do you mean about Google Maps? By the end of the day, going on to like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the evening, the count's getting up to like 10 people objecting. And then that first thing the next morning, it continues.
Charles wrote to Google in the UK, which prompted a response saying that they'd need to pursue the case in a US court. Although Charles believes he knows who the perpetrator is, a rival who wanted to stir up bad feeling towards him from within the industry, he's decided that trying to get proof and a possible prosecution would be too costly. Google was invited to appear in this report, but declined. It said in a statement that it uses software to automatically detect spam reviews, although why it failed to spot over 100 identical messages posted by the same user on the same day is unclear. It also said it's working on improving the system, but it needs to balance the need to remove spam with the risk of accidentally removing genuine comments. As a website encouraging a community of reviewers to rate and slate many types of products, the Review Centre also has to deal with its fair share of bogus comments, both negative and positive. And it's developed its own pattern-checking software to spot them.
One of the ways that our suspicious pattern checker works is it actually looks at the computer address that the review was written from, and if, for example, that address has written 5 other reviews for the same item, that will be flagged up as suspicious because it's unlikely that the same person is going to write 5 reviews about the same item. Our software picks up language which is similar in different reviews, so if you write something which is written in a very similar way, same punctuation, same grammatical errors as another review, that'll be picked up. In addition to that, some fake reviews actually use a lot of industry jargon, so things that the average consumer wouldn't pick up on and wouldn't write normally. Again, that's picked up by our software and that is put into a pen for us to look at and to check.
Once the software and the moderators have had a go, many review sites also invite users to flag anything they think looks suspicious and which may contravene that site's posting policies. Google Maps policy forbids spam reviews, and by manually flagging the photography comments, this was how Charles and Carolyn eventually managed to get most, although not all, of them removed. And even this method doesn't always yield results. Many businesses claim that their requests have been ignored, leaving them feeling powerless to stop fake reviews appearing against their name.
Google have provided this resource. You would think with all their billions they could pick up on something like that, but apparently not. If Google want to use reviews, then they have to do a little bit more than they're doing at least, because this is child's play to pick up.
Chris Emmons has turned part of his search engine optimization business into an investigative service which helps companies remove fake reviews from sites like Google Maps.
Most companies do offer some form of evidence. Many of the victims know who the perpetrator is. In some cases where it's perhaps just one review and that's all it is, it's, let's say, a more personal attack, say by an ex-employee or somebody like that, we have to dig a little bit deeper. And very often we'll find that there is paperwork on this sort of thing. For example, a court order, a complaint, believe it or not, to the police and things like that. We then do check into the background of the business. We will often contact customers that we can actually absolutely verify that they are genuine customers to find out what the true reputation of that business is.
It seems unlikely that any site will be able to completely rid itself of all fake reviews. Automated systems will always miss those individual one-offs. And it's possible that dedicated services to help protect one's reputation online may become necessary for those that rely on user comments.
We're never going to rule out people that just want to have a rant on the web.
Chris Emmons suggests a traffic light system where the more information a reviewer gives to verify their comments, the more credibility the review is awarded. In the meantime, it may be best to follow the advice of the boss of TripAdvisor, who in a recent newspaper interview told his users to ignore the very best and the very worst and concentrate on the reviews in the middle. After all, even if they're genuine, some reviewers may just have got out of the wrong side of the bed.